Hey everybody, it's Pastor Robin. Thanks for joining us by video. This is something a little different we're doing to kind of keep people connected through the week. We've started a brand new message series called There's an App for That, and you probably were able to get on here by your little smartphone that you got in church. These are things that we as Christians are supposed to do. We've talked about how it's the application that makes a difference. You know, James told us it's not enough just to come to church and listen, but if you don't do anything with what it is you've heard, then we're fooling ourselves. And so this week we're starting with one particular life app that we need to incorporate and engage in our life, and that one is confession. And that one word, so for so many of us, it just makes us cringe, doesn't it? Because when we think about confession, there's vulnerability that really comes to mind. And I'll admit, this was, of the four we're going to talk about, this one's the hardest for me. And, we might think to ourselves, it's hard enough just to admit our wrongs to God. But if we are supposed to go and admit those wrongs to other people and confess to other people, that puts a whole different layer of vulnerability and difficulty on top of this confession app, right? But there's a reason why they say confession is good for the soul. I remember a few years ago I was part of a group called Al-Anon, and Al-Anon is a support group for family and friends who are affected by the disease of alcoholism. And as part of our recovery, if you will, we also followed the same 12 steps that they would or do in Alcoholics Anonymous or NA or any other 12-step program. And I remember getting to step 5. And step 5 was admitting to God and to yourself and to another person the exact nature of your wrongs. And I remember kind of anticipating that step and how hard that was going to be, because it's difficult enough to tell God, but then I have to tell somebody else. But there was something powerful that I experienced just by verbalizing those things. Hearing yourself say out loud, first of all, admitting some of those things that you've done are actually sins. We're really good at justifying things in our minds. But so getting to that point was really good. But then just saying it to another person. And you know what? The world didn't cave in on me. There's power in confession. God knows that, and that's exactly what God wants for you. That's why we can't stop in our confession just simply telling God. We've got to go to the person that we've wronged. Or that we've offended or we've hurt, and let them know we're sorry. It's application that makes a difference, and that is true, especially with this life app of confession. So, if you're feeling that nudge to maybe go to someone that you've wronged in the past, I want to encourage you to pay attention to that and to move on that. And if you need help, maybe thinking through that, talking through that, the pastors are available for conversation. We have Stephen ministers who are available. Maybe somebody in a small group would be able to hold you accountable and help walk through that. You're not in this alone. But these are things we need to do as Christians to further our walk, to further our faith. So I just pray for you this week. I hope you have encouragement to go further with this particular app. And grace and peace to you. Bye.